Ria and Jeeves, and one Jeeves heads our product, leads some of the product chapters. Ria, of course, you might have heard about her in some of our live streams. She's been behind the scenes, orchestrating a bunch of community and events. But yeah, today we are putting her on the spotlight, so I'm very excited. And it's a casual discussion today. Anybody who's watching, any bloopers, give us feedback. We want to better it. We want to better this whole build in public thing that we strongly believe in, but we have never been so public before. So this is the first time that we are talking about our product releases and stuff that we've done in the last month live. And we're so excited about it. We're going to do it every month, and we want you to be a part of that conversation. We are usually doing it in our office or over Zoom calls, but we thought, why not put it out to the world and get your feedback on it? So casual conversation, we'll try to keep it short. But yeah, we've done a bunch of interesting things last month. I'll start with product. We are a PLG company end of the day, so we'll put the spotlight on Jeeves. And, Jeeves, I know, of course, we are privy to it, that we've done a bunch of interesting launches. We launched 3.0, and we're so excited with the amazing love and great feedback we're getting for the new version. But let me start with a different question than what we launched. What is your favorite feature in this new version?
Well, my favorite feature would be helping the merchant to actually make his decision by using the performance insights module. So the feature which we have built, and that's the #1 feature, and that's the best feature for the entire product team who has built this particular performance insights module and as a part of this May release.
Kudos
that's my
to the whole
favorite
team.
feature.
Yeah. So give us a little bit of background. Like, why did we decide to build insights and data directly into something like a store automation kind of a platform? Why did we think about that?
So when we started actually to help the merchants to improve their conversion rates, we were thinking about a lot of cool features. How can we pull in a lot of features to actually build to help the users to convert more? But one of the important thing that actually the product head or probably the founder actually is more keen about, like, how do we help the user to make a decision first? How do we help our merchants to decide first? So that is when the idea of the feature was born, where we will help the user to actually make his decisions not just based on intuition, but based on the data. So that is the beginning point, that every time the user wants to do something on his store to improve his conversion rate, he needs to actually make his decision based upon a certain amount of data. So that is the starting point. And then there comes a challenge that there are a lot of people who are not data scientists when he's running a store. We don't expect the store.
Me neither. Me neither.
We thought of building this particular module in a very simple way as possible. So we just picked up 3 metrics. We will be showing these 3 metrics and probably let the users, our merchants, draw the insights from these 3 metrics, namely the clicks, impressions, and the orders. So that is the idea of this performance insights.
Okay, can you give us a sneak peek into what does it look like? Like, what I'm hearing is, like, there's data which sounds complex, and then we are pulling in simplicity and something at your fingertips. So how does it look like? Like, what does it manifest as?
So let me share my screen and show it how it looks like, not just for you, for the entire excited viewers here. So once you actually see, our idea was to actually help the users with the store blocks. So let's say they can run their stores with this kind of store blocks, and then they want to see how a particular store block is performing. Then if you go into the automations, or if you actually click on the automations, onto the right top corner, you see a small dialog. It's not a very big one, but it's bigger in terms of the intention or in terms of the value that you get. So here upfront, we show the number of orders that this particular store block has tried to achieve or has achieved, right?
Wow.
And if you actually maximize it, you see the number of clicks that you get or the number of impressions that you get. And then that's not it. You can also configure it with respect to the time range or you want it to select. It's very simple. It's not very complicated. The merchant can get started off with in a very simple way. And also you can also see there is a comparison trend you can actually see with respect to the previous week.
I see that.
So this is the performance insights module that has come up as a part of the May release, and it's one of the most important features because the amount of hard work that we put in, that's more interesting for us. We have enjoyed building this particular feature over the past couple of months.
That's awesome. And I know for a fact the feedback we are getting from the early users of this new version, and how they're finding it so meaningful to actually take decisions. So kudos to the entire team. What else, like very quickly, any other, couple of features that you have in mind that you want to share? And then, quickly, if you want to share your screen, open to that.
Absolutely, absolutely. So every time the performance insights is something which we wanted to build, but every time the users keep on using our application, they come up with some requests, they come up with some feedback that are actually really help us in building much more better product than the product that we had in the past month. So one such feature would be, so when the users start running their automations, they wanted actually to customize the product selection as such. We actually built the automations to act so that the products would be auto-selected based upon a certain rule. But then the users came up with a request that, hey, I want to exclude certain products. I don't want to select all of these products. Though it belongs to this category, I would only want to select certain products. How do we do that? Then this particular feature, this particular release has come up with a new feature called which lets the user to exclude or include a product in an automation, right? So on the top, you see there are two tabs which shows included and excluded products. So I've actually selected all the new arrival products which were added in the last 30 days. So once there are certain 5 products, there are actually more than 5 products, but I excluded few products so that I don't want to apply this particular store block onto these products. So to do that, I can simply go and include this particular image or exclude. Right. This is one release that has come. This is one kind of customer request that has come up from the existing users. So this one release, this is really exciting because it's when it comes to the customer and we are actually solving the customer's problems, that is more exciting, right?
Absolutely. And I can totally see why. I think new arrivals is one example. But for example, if I'm running a discount sale, right? And I know that I have my comparative prices set for my entire catalog, but I don't want to, turn on discounts for, anything apart from t-shirts category. I want to exclude, dresses and jeans and everything else. I just want to put my category of t-shirts on discount, or that discount should be live. That campaign should be live on my store, for example, in Memorial Day. So I can actually kind of, stagger out the categories which go live on sale using something like an exclude. So I can totally see how this will be valuable in practice.
And I'm sure users will not stop at here because they would want to configure the products in a much more. They would want to search for products and eliminate them. This is just the beginning probably. And probably the next month or the few coming up in the coming months, in the new releases, probably we would see this feature getting enhanced more and more.
Absolutely.
And then one more thing which I would want to share, the next important release that we made this in this part of the release is a lot of users were asking for the placement of a product banner, not just above the CTA or below the CTA, but they would want to place it at any custom position on their website, on their product detail page. So how do we enable that? So for that, we have actually enabled something called a custom position. And this, by letting the user to actually copy and paste the small snippet of code in his Shopify theme, we actually have achieved that particular aspect as well. So only thing he needs to do is he needs to select this snippet of code and probably search in his Shopify theme wherever he wants to place it and just insert it, and then he is done. He can see the product banner whichever he has selected and whichever he has configured earlier, he can actually see it at his custom position. So this is one more important release that we have made. And then probably the other important release, probably it might not sound very important, but it's really cool because if you actually go and change the industry to toys and collectibles, we've actually introduced some cool templates in the feature cards. So a lot of templates which actually which are really cool because they're very close to all of our hearts because it relates to toys. right?
My favorite category, my favorite category, hands down, for sure.
Absolutely. So there are some cool templates which user can actually play around and apply them onto their store. So this is one more thing. And finally, the most important, it's not very, it doesn't sound like a feature as such, but there are a lot of requests coming up from the users to actually help them in much more intuitive way. So what we have done is we have upgraded the help center, the way they can actually find help in much more easier way. Earlier, once the user clicked on it, a chat box used to open up something like this. Now, by just clicking on the help, the user can actually straight away get into tutorial videos where we have made a lot of videos with love to help the users with every kind of automation blog or any kind of store blog. And then there are some self-serve help guides, which the user can click and get straight away into that particular help center. So this is a small user experience upgrade, but of course, wait for one more month. There will be a lot of upgrades coming up with respect to how the user is going to experience in applying the badges or the banners of product or the trust packs. The entire user experience is going to change probably in a couple of next releases.
Super. And we are definitely going to be doing more of these lives. Thank you so much, Jeeves. Now I will sort of push the spotlight of product into community.
Before I close it out, I just wanted to actually create a small excitement because I've shown you what we have released in the past as a part of May, but I just wanted to give you a small snippet of what is going to come in the next release.
Yes.
So the users, our merchants can create actually discount codes and generate the codes right from the ModeMagic. That's one. And we are providing the ability to create the discount codes. And also there is an ability to create a new collection for probably a clearance sale or create a dynamic collection right within the ModeMagic without the need to go into the Shopify dashboard. So that is something which we are going to release as a part of next release. So I'm going to stop here because this is just like a teaser.
And I love it. I think we'll, sort of stop sharing your screen so that we can put the spotlight on Ria. But I love the enthusiasm, and I'm a fan of. My favorite, feature in all of this was actually help, because I personally take care of experience a lot and customer experience, and for me it was such a intuitive Notion-like way of, and you and I are big fans of Notion, so it was such a great way of sort of pulling that experience back into even our product and trying to make users more and more self-serve. We are all so busy in our lives today. Whether we are a business user or a personal productivity user, it does not matter. The worlds are colliding. So anything that helps us be more self-serve, be more, self-sufficient is like awesome, right? So for me, that is my favorite product. And thank you, Jeeves. We will be back in a few weeks again with, I'm sure, some of the sneak peeks that you have given us today. Now I will shift over the spotlight to Ria. I'll put you on the on the hot seat by asking you which is your favorite product. But first, there is this ebook that we launched with a bunch of our amazing partners, from Rewind to ShipRocket, and Aman has our partnerships lead has done a bunch of work around that, including along with you. So tell me about this. Like, what was this ebook? More importantly, why did we even think of doing this? Why is this ebook important?
Yeah, sure. So this month was very exciting for us because along with the launch of the releases for ModeMagic, right, we were working, like you said, with our partner community on a very important space that was customer experience. So as we all know today, it's a major differentiator for brands, right? There are various tech solutions that are helping merchants deliver a rich e-commerce customer experience, and not just a Shopify ecosystem, but beyond that. So what we thought was, the whole idea behind this was that we got into a word with our top partners and discussed the nuances of what CX truly means. How do they deliver it for their merchants, right? And we kind of collected all these thoughts and dropped our first ever ebook, where we share actionable tips and insights around how brands can improve their shopping experience for their customers, and hence how can they convert better. So a bunch of strategies there, from storefront automations to how you can provide a seamless customer support to personalization and more. And so we call it the ultimate Customer Experience Guide 2022. So yeah, that's all about the ebook.
So where can people get a hold of this guide?
Sure. So if you're watching this right now, you can head over to getmason.io/ultimate customer experience 2022. You can find this link in one of our comments on YouTube right away.
Got it. And of course, what we will try to do is also bookmark it or repost it on our Mason LinkedIn, on Twitter, or just DM us. I mean, we are always here. We are always live streaming, it looks like, and we are always talking and trying to connect with you guys too, pulling you into all the excitement that we have about what we're doing. So yes, that's one. And like great work on that. I definitely want to shout out for Aman. For the work that he did. But there was also something else. Like we did another very interesting thing from which this whole live stream thing started, and we became very brave and we decided we'll do it every week. What was that? And yeah, tell us a bit more.
Yeah, sure. So the month was even more exciting because we kicked off our first ever live stream series with top conversion rate optimization experts. It was an exclusive series called the Store Conversions on Steroids, the 9 days, 9 experts, or a marathon rather, where we were joined by notable names in the industry like John McDonald, Marty Gray, Talia Wolf, and many other notable names. So now, why did we do this, right? Simple. E-commerce, like we all know, it's a battle space today. So one that's difficult to win without squeezing in the top-notch shopping experience. And the focus is no longer just on CAC. Rather, it's on how you can provide a seamless experience and convert better on your storefronts. So we wanted to bring in the expert know-how there and kind of help D2C brands scale. So together with them, what we did was we deep dived into how brands can optimize storefronts with a special focus on top actual experiments, metrics, tactics, actionable insights for brands and retailers. So if you are a growing brand with orders around 2,000 to 20,000 orders every month, right? So this series on store conversions is for you. So in fact, with the live stream, right, like we received so much love from the community, and one of our live streams actually with Oliver actually got featured in YouTube's suggested video. So that was a big win there.
That was awesome.
And I have a question here, Ria, like across all the series of the events, I mean, all the live streams that you had. So what's your top learning around the CRO?
Around CRO?
Around the CRO events, what is your top learning? So probably you must have had a lot of learnings, and which one would you rate at the top? Like, what's your best learning out of these events?
It's a good question.
So one thing that I learned from the CRO series around conversion rates, right? Like conversion rate optimization is less about, optimization, and rather it's more about, how you understand your shoppers and how you deliver that experience through the various nudges in your storefronts, right? Like, how do you understand your shoppers through user research, through more talking, right? And instead of just, going and doing some big redesigns and tests and stuff like that. So yeah, that was a big learning for me in terms of conversion rate optimization.
Got it. So because every time I hear such kind of things like the conversion rate optimization is not about optimization, because I come across a meme where it says that my life always has been a lie all along, because I was made to believe whatever is in the word, you should actually mean that word actually gives you the true meaning, right? So probably, and also cause like, what's your best learning out of these events?
So shall I also start with conversion rate optimization? Is not
no,
about
it's already taken. It's already taken by Ria. We'll have to take another.
Right. So it is about conversion rate optimization a little bit, but I totally agree with Ria. And that's definitely one great insight. Another insight for me was that it's not a one-time setup, and I love that when Ryan spoke about it. We know about it. Experimentation in any form, optimization in any form. Like as a PLG company, we should also, we do think about it, but that's also something like so close to our heart, right? That it's not about setting things up one time and forgetting about it. It's about iterating and making it better, right? Like, and that's where experimentation and process and having your right hypothesis, having your right customer discovery, all of that are so crucial, because it's not success as a brand or as a business is not a one-time setup thing. It's something that you got to do every day. I love that. That was like my favorite learning.
Got it. Awesome.
Awesome. And anything else, Ria, that you want to add to the end? This whole CRO thing was a lot on you. I know Tanmay and Seth also helped out quite a bit. They helped us get the live streams up. So kudos to them too. But definitely a bunch of that work was you. So great work on that. Anything else you want to add before we kind of close for the day?
Yeah, sure. So a big shout out to the entire team, first of all, who had helped us pull this off. And right now, we are also building this community of the experts, right? Like we are trying to pull in both sides of the ecosystem, both brands and the CRO experts. And we will be putting up more content that will be useful for the merchants in the future, in the near future, hopefully.
Yeah. Absolutely, we will. And on that note, I have one quick thing to share with both of you. Oh, wait, I can't share my screen. Host, can you help me share my screen? So I have a surprise for both of you. I told you I have a little bit of a Easter egg at the end. And it's basically just a couple of days back, I was, speaking, I speak to customers on any channel, anytime possible, all the time. And I was speaking to David. He's the founder of, I'll tell more details when he's comfortable sharing all of that, but he's the founder of a D2C brand. And he was recently, using our product, the new version, and he was giving us feedback. And this is literally what he had to say. And this is like specifically for the entire team. He said, we were chatting, and out of the blue, he said, I didn't ask him for feedback. He just says that, I have to say, guys, this app looks awesome. And I'm glad I've come across you guys. And this is my favorite part. I had other apps which made me want to throw my laptop out of the window, but this looks so easy and automated. So this is literally why we do what we do. And congratulations on that. And yeah, and thank you so much for coming on into the spotlight with me. We'll definitely make this whole live drops better and better. Anybody on live stream, please give us feedback. How can we make it more insightful? Is there anything else that we can do to make it better? And yeah, we'll continue to build in public, and we'll continue to bring more interesting stuff to everybody soon. Bye.
Bye, guys.
Awesome.